Hart Trophy for most valuable player in the NHL has been really interesting recently because Matthews is scoring more. It essentially, the market views it as a 4-player race. Nathan McKinnon, Nikita Kucherov, Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, all in that 2-1, 4-1 range. How would you handicap this market right now with Matthews playing so well?
So I think in terms of the market prices, the most interesting thing, or at least the thing I think is most wrong, is that I just think Kucherov is too short and that he should be much longer. I think he's a lot less likely to win than the market is saying. And even though he's in position to get the most points, I just think that between the team being poor, him running almost a negative plus minus, and his advanced stats not being so good, I would have him fourth in the pecking order and the market has him second. I just cannot buy that Nikita Kucherov is more likely to win the Hart Trophy than Austin Matthews. I just don't think that's right. And I think the market will catch up there eventually. So I think the way to frame this market is, one, how likely is Matthews to get to 70? And if he gets to 70, how likely he is to win? And I think that now, if he just maintains his scoring average, not from this season, but from the past 5 seasons, he's going to get to 70. And I think the thing with this too is that it's the same reason why whenever a guy in the NBA is on track to get 50 or 60 or 70, the market can't price his live props properly because it's not accounting for the changed game state where the team is going to go out of their way to get him the ball. I think it's a similar thing with Matthews where if he's close to 70, he's going to go out of his way. He's going to be hunting for empty netters. So I think that if he gets there, and I think he's a very decent chance to, then I think it's really hard not to give him the Hart Trophy if he does something that no one has done in 30 years. So I think it's really neck and neck between him and McKinnon. I'd have McDavid third, probably in a tier 2, and then I would have Kucherov further down.
And I believe it hasn't been done since both Alexander Mogilny and Teemu Selanne did it with 76 goals apiece in the 92-93. Oh, yeah.
Great poll.
Mogilny for Buffalo. And who's Selanne? I was Winnipeg at that point, pre-Anaheim for Teemu Selanne. Also, I just think I did a bad job at the start of this. I want to say this. For our listeners and viewers, and I'm sure that there are a lot of sharp people that do award content and obviously that don't do content that bet awards. My personal opinion is we have the 2 best on the show right now. So for our listeners and viewers, this is really good stuff. That we have Ken on the show every day and that we have Jay on the show and they're on together.
If Vezina was going to get crazy, it's not Thatcher Demko that's going to do it, who's the short second price. So Vezina is best goal in the NHL. Hellebuck's minus 200. Demko's 3. Then it's a huge gap to anybody else. And it's Aiden Hill, Bobrovsky, and Jacob Markstrom or somebody who's never going to win. If it gets crazy in the next 25 games, Hellebuck plays poorly. He gets hurt. Winnipeg loses a little bit more. It won't be Demko. That's not, the Canucks don't play games like that. We've seen this, his point shares will be really good, but he's going to, they play 7-5. They played a 10-7 game the other day. Now, Demko didn't start that game, but that's the style that the Canucks like to play. Bobrovsky's, if you have a ton of Hellebuck, you've loaded up and you're in really good shape if you've done that, by the way, he's probably more likely to win than the price still. Not by a lot, but a little bit. Bobrovsky's the guy I'd be really worried about because there's a chance that Florida wins they're the favorite to win the President's Trophy right now. I don't know if they're going to win the President's Trophy and win nothing award-wise. They're not going to win the Hart Trophy. Reinhart and Tkachuk won't win. They can't win the Norris. Paul Maurice could win the Adams Award. It depends on what Tocchet does and what Tortorella does. The award that they could get is Bobrovsky goes crazy for 25 games here, and he and Hellebuck look close to each other statistically, and they're already not that far apart. And Bobrovsky's team record's way, 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 way better. So just I watch every Panthers game now. I find them incredibly interesting. And as he's kept playing better, Bobrovsky, who's already won this award twice, I think he's won twice, that I'm kind of man, is there a way that he's the guy who makes it not the guy you'd think, Demko, from a price standpoint? Is he the guy that makes it crazy? Aiden Hill's not going to win. I think that ship, he had to be really good for the last 3 weeks. He wasn't. So just there's a little mini award where I can realize just because you brought up the Panthers.
I did want to, we do not have to, maybe we could do it next hour when we talk, we do the Eastern Conference bracket. If Shesterkin goes nuclear, we don't have to do this now. And I'm guessing you think the answer is no, since you brought up Bobrovsky as the guy that can potentially challenge.
It's a season-long award. You have to have made enough hay by now to go to be that hot and still win. Yeah, it's not. I was going to say it's through no fault of his own. I mean, through fault of his own, he wasn't as good, and now he's really good. There's just not enough time left, I think. His price would start dropping a lot. He plays for the Rangers, could win the President's Trophy too. You create an interesting hypothetical. I just think Bobrovsky was I mean, even in November, he won like almost every start. I think. I mean, he's been really good for a while. Just makes it's an easier case to make. That's all. I love to talk awards with you when you come on. It's like I love betting this stuff, and I love talking to you about it because you always have really insightful opinions. The Hart Trophy has been a huge topic on our show and other betting shows because no one really knows how this is going to play out. Austin Matthews won't stop scoring goals, and that seems like it's created this really interesting conversation with him and McKinnon and Kucherov and maybe Connor McDavid. It's the four of those guys, but nobody can kind of agree on the order or who's most likely to win. How would you handicap the Hart Trophy right now based on what you're seeing?
Well, Ken, I would. It's pretty easy for me to handicap. If Austin Matthews scores 70 goals and I'm a voter, he's getting my first place vote. If he isn't, then it's going to be Nathan McKinnon. It's as simple as that. This is like historic stuff. Like you don't score 70 goals in this league. You have to go back to like Teemu Salami in Winnipeg to get 76 goals. It doesn't happen. So the way he's scoring is ridiculous. This night he got his 51st. I think that's how it lays up. Could it be Kucherov? I don't think so, Ken, because here's why. Like Tampa might be a wild card team. They might miss the playoffs. And I got a real problem voting first MVP for a team that would miss the playoffs. And this is not Andre Dawson and the Chicago Cubs, right? So I think it comes down to two individuals. I think it's McKinnon and Matthews. Look, I won't eliminate Connor McDavid at this point in time, and I don't think it's his year. I don't think they're going to win the division. So I think it comes down to Austin and Matt Gay in Denver.
And listen, everybody knows that Tim Raines, The Rock, should have been National League MVP in 1987, not Andre Dawson for the Chicago Cubs. Everybody knows that. The highlight starts with the first name in the highlight in Major League Soccer is Busquets. This team has Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez, Leo Messi. I'm pretty sure they have Jordi Alba. Like Messi, he won the World Cup like 15 months ago. It was the best.
Yeah.
It's not that long ago. Let me ask you.
And they have Diego Gomez.
And Robert Taylor, of course,
Yeah,
Zach's
James's
son,
grandson.
Press's brother. How is this team? How are they not winning MLS this year? I don't know what the price is. Like it's up on the screen right now. What is
Mike,
it? It's always blurry for me.
Screen? Can we unblur the screen
very
so we
blurry.
can see?
I can't tell.
They're definitely the favorite. Plus 250.
I mean, like they should be minus 250. And I guess like I'm probably the idiot because like people that right. How are they not being serious?
Work yet. It's only match day one. I haven't done any of the work yet.
I'm asking, like, how are they not winning? How are they not like they have Messi?
And they would have won last year if he had been there the whole season, you would figure, because they played and then he got hurt, right, or something. They didn't play at the end of the year. But in the games
should we call Liam? Should we call Liam to come on, the voice of MLS season pass on Apple? Get his thoughts.
Liam, Inter Miami 2 plus 250. Lock.
Liam, more likely to win. Inter Miami or Edmonton.
McDavid or Messi? Who do you take? It's sounds like a bizarro first take segment. So you're saying plus 250? You think like you're in? You're Inter.
I mean, it's a terrible price.
Yes, it's awful. Season ends on like Thanksgiving.
It's awful. But I'm being like, and look, you could be listening to this right now and be like a huge Major League Soccer fan and think, well, like, you're an idiot, Nick, and I probably am.
You're a loser.
To be fair, like, listen, like you might be right. How are they not winning? How are they not like breezing through? Like that's it, right?
Yeah, Messi gets hurt probably. I mean, to be fair, I don't think we've seen any of the other teams play because that was.
It doesn't matter.
I know. I don't think it matters. Maybe it just matters in terms of like, is there someone like really good, not as good as Miami, but somebody who's at least like a compelling team to be second?
Great. Do they have Mbappe?
Maybe. Well, to be fair, so a year ago, if we would have done that, I don't know what match day one was a year ago in the MLS because who cares? But we would never have known that Messi was going to join Inter. So my point in saying that is maybe halfway through the year, like not a Messi equivalent joins the team, but like something happens.
Yeah, you know where that player is going? You go to Miami. Yes. He's joining the NWO, the team that's run by David Beckham that has Messi.
I kind of like Orlando City SC.
I'm just saying, like, what do people think that like all of a sudden like FC Cincinnati's going to unveil their new number 9, Erling Haaland?
Yeah.
Like here's Kevin De Bruyne pulling the strings for the Seattle Sounders. Like, what do people think's going to happen? Like, is this? It's really
like Messi. Who you got tonight? They're the Portland Timbers.
Here's Portland Timbers, a new winger, Kylian Mbappe. What?